It was late October. I was a sophomore at university and lived in my dorm room with a girl named Kylie. She was a good roommate, everything considered, though we didn't always talk much. She was very social, and I was more closed off. Come Halloween weekend, though, she invited me to come to a party with her at a friend's house. She really thought I'd have fun and maybe make some new friends. Plus, it was at an actual house, so I wouldn't be cramped up in a dorm room all night. I initially rejected the offer, but after a bit of convincing, I decided to go. I picked up a really awful-looking ghost costume at Spirit Halloween, and at 8, Kylie ordered an Uber to drop us off at her friend's place. It was about 10 minutes from campus, but this wasn't a very big town, so it felt like we were in a whole new area. It was basically an empty road, with just this one large house on it. There were orange lights strung all over the outside, and tons of blow-up Halloween decorations. We headed inside, and it was surprisingly not that crowded. There were maybe 10 or 15 people around my age. Anyway, we drank and played some games for several hours. It was actually kind of fun, and I was happy I went. By 1 a.m. though, I was tired and burnt out. I found Kylie and asked if she wanted to go, but she was too drunk and said she was just going to spend the night. I didn't feel comfortable enough with any of the others to ask for a ride, especially since they were drunk and mostly all dudes. I stood outside while trying to figure out what to do. I opened up the Uber app, but I really wasn't trying to spend $30 for a 10-minute ride. Not to mention I probably barely even had $30 in my bank account. I was definitely a little tipsy too, which certainly fogged my judgment. I ended up saying screw it, and decided I could just walk back to campus. A 10-minute car ride must be like a 35 to 40-minute walk, or at least that's what I thought. I headed down the road, leaving the bright lights of the house, and very quickly getting into the barren, dark, and eerie section of the road. The streetlights were spread out really far, so I'd be in the light for a minute, then walk in the dark for several minutes before reaching the next light. It was pretty soon into the walk, though, that I noticed a car behind me. It was odd because it seemed like they were parked on the side of the road, which I know I never walked past them, but every few minutes when I'd look back, they had moved further down the road toward me. I tried to keep an eye on them, but at one point I looked back and had suddenly lost sight of them. It was a bit foggy out, but I don't know where they went. Maybe they turned around. I kept walking, but increasingly got more uneasy, feeling like I was being watched from somewhere. 5 minutes went by as I kept walking along the side of the road before I heard a car engine behind me. I turned around and saw a car coming through the fog, and their headlights were off. They were slowing down too, and came rolling to a stop right beside me. There was a man in the front seat with a patchy beard and a strange smile. "Where are you heading? It's a bit late to be walking out here alone." I just said I was okay, and kept on walking, but the man inched forward in the car, matching my pace and staying right beside me. "I'll give you a lift. You really shouldn't be out here," he yelled through his window, but through his voice, I could tell there was something different about him. As I started to say no thanks, I looked over at him. His smile was gone, and his face was tense. His eyes stared at me with an aggression, like he wasn't giving me a choice. I stuttered over my words as the man suddenly stopped the car and swung his door open. He started quickly getting out, and just then, a pair of headlights broke through the fog. Another car was coming down the road. I sprinted to the middle of the street and started waving my arms for them to stop, and the creepy man went right back into his car. As the other cars started to slow down, the man sped away. It turned out to be one of the guys from the party, on his way home. Though I only recognized his face, I didn't even know his name. I told him what happened, and he gave me a lift back to campus. I don't think I'd ever sobered up faster than when that guy jumped out of his car. But honestly, if nobody had come to help, I probably would have been on the missing persons list right now, with zero evidence on where I could be.